when you were in nursery or KG? When you were only 3-4 years old and your grandmothers or mothers used to tell any story?
Yes, I do remember.
So one of you please share a story. Any one of you. You can share, Abhishek.
I've already spoken about that in the last week, but I can quickly.
Sure, please.
So in that, what happened? I was age 3 years old, and I disappeared from my home with 20 rupees to buy a toy phone. So that was the story. Whenever there is Durga Puja nearby, I always remember that story because that is the incident from Durga Puja time. So that is one adventurous story that I have done during my
story
childhood.
that you shared last week also.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Toastmaster Divya, do you want to share some story? Any story of your class when you were in 3 or 4 years old, which your grandmother used to tell?
I remember my dad used to tell a story, and I have heard the story again while he was telling it to my son.
Sorry.
You missed the last part. Can you please come again, Divya?
So I remember one story which my dad used to tell us when we were young, me and my sister. And now I have heard the story again. He was telling it to my son as well.
Okay. So that's wonderful. Which
We have
means,
Toastmaster Ashish Agrawal also. We can invite him also.
yeah, please, Ashish, sir, if you want to share a story. I'm looking for a particular story that your grandmother, grandfather used to tell. That story.
Yeah, so I think grandmother's story. By the way, my grandmother used to share lovely stories. Somehow, at this moment, I am not able to recall particular one, but she used to really tell quite a sweet set of stories. But what's striking me right now is the kind of stories which we read in our classrooms. You know, whether it was the Hare and Tortoise or those stories from the kindergartens, which have etched into the memories and are so easy to recall. But challenge well taken. Let me try to think through what my granny used to tell me also, and if that comes to my mind, I'll share that surely.
Okay. So as you mentioned about tortoise and the hare story, let's start with that story only. How many of you remember that story? Raise your hand. Almost everyone. Where there was a tortoise, there were hare, and there were multiple other animals who were there to see the race between tortoise and hare. Right? That was a story. That story was actually narrated way back, almost 40-50 years back, and we still remember that story. Name a movie which you all might have seen, any movie which you think is one of the best movies in Indian cinemas. Andaz apna apna. Any other? I need 5. Lakshya. Something that has been here for multiple years. पूरी स्क्रीन वॉल करता हूँ आप गैलरी DDLJ. Sholay, yes. Sholay, it's been almost 50+ years now. So we heard about Sholay, we heard about DDLJ, we heard about Lakshya, we heard about Andaz Apna Apna, and multiple others. There are many more movies. But if you remember, or if you see it very clearly, there is something common in each of them, which actually makes a story, worth remembering and even sharing with others. If we talk about the tortoise and hare, there were few animals, there was a situation, then there was. So we'll come upon all more about this in the later part. But just to give you a context, every great story consists of 5 elements. And today we will be covering those 5 elements in our session. But before moving into those elements, I would like to invite our general evaluator of the day to take this meeting forward and help us understand and evaluate the whole meeting. And today's general evaluator will be Toastmaster Suresh Chani.
Thank you, Timot, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you.
And as a journal evaluator, my responsibility is to evaluate the meeting, every part of meeting from the start till end of this meeting. And in this meeting, we will be evaluating this meeting in a kind of different way and unique way. So for every speaker who came on this stage, who come on this stage, will be evaluated by each and every person sitting here. Maybe 1 or 2 points, what they liked about it, what can be an improvement area, and how a speaker can do it better in the future. And since every one of us are going to evaluate each other, so I think we do not need much of the role player. For that, one role player we need, that is timer. For that, I invite my, team member, Toastmaster Abhishek, to help me with the timing. And let's welcome him.
So hello everyone. My name is Abhishek, and today I am playing the role of timer. As a timer, my role is to make sure each and everyone deliver their part in specified time. So for speeches, we have 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show green card. At 6 minutes, I will show yellow card, and at the 7th minute, I will show red card. This means you need to conclude your story within next 30 seconds if it is not done yet. And for table topic, I'm not sure if we are having table topics today or not, but if we are having, then in that case, for table topics, we have time of 2 minutes for each participant. At 1 minute, I will be showing green card, and at 1.5 yellow, and at 2 minutes, I will show red card. So I will come up with my report at the end of the meeting, and will let you know how much time is used by each one of you over here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let me take the mic back. So thank you for explaining your role well. And we have a guest, Mandeep. So welcome, Mandeep. Just have a seat, make yourself comfortable. Just to aware you about the timing, that there is 30 seconds grace period for the prepared speeches, both upper and lower side. So 4 minutes, 30 seconds is a green signal. That's okay if a speaker completed that till 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and go up to 7 minutes, 30 seconds. So that's how the prepared speeches happens. And for table topic section, 1 minute is the green card. There is no, grace period to lower side of this, but yes, on upper side, they can go up to 2 minutes, 30 second max. So that's about the timing section. And that's what is our journal evaluation section. We also used to keep generally the grammarian and R counter, but of course we all have the, the observer here today, and evaluation will be done by each one of us. So let's hear from them what they observe, what are some of the improvement area they come and kind of give us to improve upon. So that is my role. And I will be sharing my report once the team mode will share stage with me to ask to share my report. So let's welcome our team mode once again.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Suresh. Please. Now moving on to our stories. As you already mentioned, there are total 5 sections in any story, and any great story that we can hear, be it the Bollywood movies, be it Hollywood, be it the cartoons we used to hear from our grandparents, and anything. There were stories, and all those great stories consist of these 5 elements. The first element is the character. The character who is the main hero, or in fact, not only the main hero, the side heroes, actors and actors, anyone. The character of that story. Then comes the situation. A situation which is where that story is narrated. For example, if we talk about the hare and the tortoise story, it was narrated around the jungle area. And in that jungle area, it was clearly described how dense it was, and the animals were spread across the jungle. That was the situation. Then comes the third part, which is conflict. What was the conflict in that story? Hare said that tortoise cannot win, and tortoise was wanted to take part in this race. So that was a conflict. Then comes the plot. The plot that says how that conflict, how the actual hero or the character in that story took that conflict and tried to win over that conflict. How the race began, when this hare got to sleep, when the tortoise overcome that hare, that was a plot. Then comes the conclusion, which is also known as the what do you learn from it. That I believe everyone knows what we learn from that particular story, or what was the actual end result of that story. That tortoise won, and consistency wins, and multiple other things that we learn from that story. And if you see it clearly in any Bollywood movie, Hollywood movie, or any stories, these 5 elements you will definitely find. Let's take another example of DDLJ, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. We have talked about different elements of the story. Talking about first character. What was the character in that story?
Rahul, Shah
Rukh Khan and
Kajol,
and Amrish Puri. Yes. There were multiple other characters. They were beautifully described. How Amrish Puri was described, how Anupam Kher was described, how Rahul or Shah Rukh Khan was described, how Kajol was described, or how the friends of Shah Rukh Khan were described. There were proper definition of how the characters look like in that movie. Then we came to the situation or the location. What was it? In the suburbs of London, Europe. They were traveling to Europe and everything.
Yeah.
So this was also described in that story. Proper, it was described. Similarly, in Hare and Tortoise was mentioned about the jungle. Then comes the plot. Sorry, before plot, it comes the conflict. And what was the conflict?
They fell in love. Marriage, yeah.
They fell in love, but her father was against this marriage and against this love and everything. And one more conflict was there, that she was already engaged with another person in India. So that was the whole conflict. Then comes the plot. And what was that plot?
The wedding plot where he goes to India.
Yes. So the whole situation that Rahul came to India, met the fiance of Kajol, Kabir, I don't know what was his name, and befriend with him and tried to manipulate him to be in his house, and multiple other things that he tried to manipulate even other relatives of the house. That was the whole plot. And what was the conclusion?
Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, which already said Le Jayenge. So this was the ultimate conclusion or the end result of that movie. And if, as I mentioned about this movie, if you take any movie, any story from your lifetime till date, you will find these 5 elements in any movie. Now, before we move forward, I would like to invite our first prepared speaker up on stage. But before inviting her, it is time to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Divya, to share the speech objectives of Toastmaster Ishita.
Hi, everyone. So Toastmaster Ishita, she is delivering her level 1 and project 4 evaluation and feedback. So this is the first speech which she is delivering in this project. And the purpose of this project is for the Toastmaster to demonstrate the ability to deliver an effective speech and use the evaluation. Like I will be providing evaluation for her speech, and the same evaluation she has to incorporate in the second speech of the same project. So all the best, Toastmaster Ishita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Divya. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Ishita up on stage, please. Toastmaster Ishita, story is still written. It's still yet to.
You're right.
Story is still written. Toastmaster Ishita.
Thank you. How many of you have watched Money Heist? Amazing. For those who haven't, it's a Netflix show about heists, and they took it to whole another level. I was just fascinated by it because of the masks, the thrill, the adrenaline. I was hooked. So I'm not crazy. I'm just fascinated by heist stories. What draws me in is the brilliance of criminals' planning, the way they outsmart the entire system, the way they find the loopholes nobody saw coming. So today, together, let's explore some of the boldest crimes in the history. And towards the end, I'll leave you with a very chilling thought. So hold tight your seats because we are going to go underground. Antwerp, Belgium, 2003. Underground the Diamond District, there was a vault. 10 layers of security, motion sensors, heat detectors, magnetic locks, security guards on rotation 24/7. A fortress almost. Now picture this. You are 2 floors down and you are standing in front of a narrow corridor with marble floors, polished, glistening like mirror, light reflecting through it. Hundreds of cameras blinking with red lights, as in they are recording. And at the end of the corridor, there was a steel door, thick as a wall. Inside that, $100 million of diamonds. Security impenetrable. In the morning, the vault was empty. How? The thieves worked months. They followed guards' routines. They shadowed them. They studied every angle. They studied the security systems and then struck. But the one thing that surprised everyone was how did they get past the motion sensors? Did they use expensive tech or explosives? They used hairspray. The kind sitting on your dresser right now, hairspray. This heist was known as the heist of the century. After that, diamond districts worldwide rushed to install biometrics and 24/7 surveillance. One gang with planning and patience and just a hairspray forced security to evolve overnight. After that, criminals only became more relentless. 2005, Brazil. A landscaping company opens right across the bank. Big sand trucks. Man in dirt, hauling wheelbarrows. People saw, neighbors saw, oh, gardeners, hard workers, men at work. But in reality, underground, 250 feet long tunnel, beamed with light, going straight into the wall. Overnight, $70 million cash vanished. To bring that into perspective, at that time, it was 0.1% of Brazil's GDP. Imagine the economy as a cake with 1,000 slices. They just took one. With that one slice, you could have fund schools, pensions, disaster reliefs, but it just shook up the economy. Banks worldwide installed seismic sensors. Again, an example where crime pushed the limits of security and security evolved. Now you see, if this can happen to a country, a bank, it can happen to an individual too. Let's bring it home. In India, an employee just got retired from decades of government service from ONGC. With pension in one hand, and savings in the other. He thought, let's invest for a better retirement. An online scheme lured him in. With flashy dashboards, growing profit graphs, and promised profit margin, he started to put in money, and then some more, until 7 crores was gone. The irony is, ONGC is auditing him now. Because how does a government employee end up with 7 crores at government salary? Poor guy. However, the most chilling chapter is now being written. In Hong Kong, a financial advisor got a video call from his boss. Same mannerism, same face, same voice. He ended up transferring $25 million, only to find later it was deepfake. Deepfake is an AI-made video just to look like his boss. AI can now crack passwords, 8-character password within minutes. It can write phishing emails so real that experts say that they would click. But the thing is, this AI tech, it's not just criminals' weapon. We also have that. The defenders have that. So anomaly management, fraud detection, voice verification, and cat and mouse game continues. So the next time you hear about a daring heist or a scam, don't just shake your head. Think, if they could do this with a tunnel and a hairspray, what could they do with AI? So be vigilant, be skeptical, because this story is still being written. Thank you.
Thank you. What a wonderful story. What a wonderful message. Thank you so much. We're talking about the same story that she was talking about, the money heist, and various other things. So we talked about 5 different elements: character, the situation, the plot, the conflict, and the resolution. So talking about your story, what was the character?
Thieves.
Thieves and
The police, basically, the other side.
the police, the gardener, the ONGC guy, retired person.
Yeah.
These were the characters. What was the situation?
The heist is the situation. The heist is a plot.
Heist is the plot. What was the situation?
Situations are Brazil or
Yes.
this is where it happened.
Places and the timing. 2003, Belgium 2003, Brazil 2005, and the recent years of 2025, or you can say. These were the situations. And of course, ONGC and that's Hong Kong. These all were the situations. That what was the plot? Oh, sorry, what was the conflict now?
Conflict was people like thieves stealing and security evolving based on that.
There was one more conflict. That was actually not the conflict, because the movie was money heist. So they were trying to mimic the heist that actually happened. So this was movie, but the conflict should be related to those heists only. So what was the conflict?
So
That
they were trying to
shiny websites,
Okay,
the cameras that were blinking, that was recording, and the motion sensors. That was the actual conflict. How will they be able to cross these things? Because if we talk about the stories there in this, then for them, this was the conflict. No? For police and everyone, that the conflict can be different. But from the perspective, from the view of these thieves, the conflict is the cameras, the flashy websites that you mentioned. This is the conflict. How they will be able to manage it. If we talk about this heist thing, then what was the plot?
the steal, the final heist is the plot. Heist is the plot. Yeah. How they take
this thing.
How they implemented the plan.
How? What happened in Brazil 2005?
Yeah, so they surpassed the security system with hairsprays and all of the Shadow
using the
boxes.
hairsprays, creating a 250 meters tunnel.
Yeah.
So that was the plot. And what was the resolution?
The seismic sensors, biometrics, those were the
They were able to bypass each and everything, and ultimately they were able to steal that money. But what we learned from it, as you mentioned about those stories that you shared right now, what we learned from there?
that we just need to be vigilant.
Yes, that was the resolution of the whole story. That you should be vigilant about. We should not be trusting anyone, like the gardener you mentioned. That they were in the garden, like in the face of the gardener. They were pretending to be the gardeners or the people they were pretending. That was the case. Similarly, the websites, the deepfakes, the AI videos, we should be vigilant about all these things. That was the resolution. So in any story, in any good story, as we already mentioned, if it is money heist, a criminal type story, or DDLJ, a romantic story, or anything, that story can be made great only with these 5 elements. If you talk about KGF, if you talk about Lagan, if you talk about Triple R or any other movie in the history, you will find these 5 elements there in every story. Now, moving forward. Ashish, tabletop, let's say. Okay. Though we have already identified the 5 elements in the stories, multiple stories of DDLJ and your story and Tortoise and Hare, but I would like to, in fact, know any one example that we have already mentioned about 5 different movies, right? Name another movie, Sholay. Let's take an example of Sholay. Ashish mentioned about the movie Sholay. The movie has been in the cinemas for more than 50 plus years. I'm sure everyone has seen it. Have you also seen this movie? So let's talk about that movie, Sholay. What were the characters?
Dharmendra was, what's his, Viru, Jay.
Vasanti.
Jay, Viru, Vasanti, Gabbar,
Samba.
Thakur, Sambar, Kalia, and they were beautifully described in that movie. And there was one more character. Yes, Abdul Chacha was there. And Dhanno. Dhanno. Yes. So there were characters in that movie. Then next comes the situations. What was the situation?
Ramgarh. Ram.
Yes.
Story of a village.
Story of a village, Ramgarh, and
Darkest second came and kind of take away their everything.
That would be
they were on the train. Remember, Javiru were on train caught by the policeman Thakur. So that was actually the movie where was started from there. So that was the situation. Then they came to the village. This was the whole situation. Then comes the
conflict.
third element,
Conflict.
conflict. What was the conflict?
The Dakus were robbing the village.
Yes. So the conflict was, there were few Daku, I don't know what this is in English, but there were few miscreants who were trying to harm the villagers and take their money. And Thakur, who was actually the policeman who was powerful enough to kill those miscreants, but he wasn't able to do this. Why?
Because he lost his hands.
Because he lost his hands. So that was the conflict, the whole conflict of the movie. Because when he was so brave that he even caught Jay and Viru, then he wasn't able to fight or even pull that gun from downstairs. That was actually the conflict. Then comes the fourth element, plot. What was the plot?
Thakur asked them to prepare for. Thakur asked them to come and save the villagers from Gabbar. Infiltrate them.
How Jay and Viru went on to save the villagers from Gabbar Singh and went to his den or something where he lives. So that was the plot.
Yeah.
And what was the resolution, conclusion?
Ultimately, they could kill the Gabbar and finally kind of share these looks, that would be.
Was there any learning in the story?
Friendship.
Yes, one is friendship. Anything else?
You were bad people, but they also had a good heart.
Sorry, pardon?
You know, was were bad people, but they had good heart. Something like that.
Yeah, they had a good heart.
They themselves.
Yes,
were
that
thieves.
can be a thing. So, as you have already seen, there are 5 elements in this story, in any part of the story. Now, I'll give you an homework and come up with this next time. Identify 5 movies and identify all these 5 elements in those movies. And it's an homework for you. But before going forward, I would like to invite somebody. Will be there. Let's move on to our next section, which is table topic section. And in table topic section, guests and members are invited upon stage to deliver a speech of up to impromptu speech of up to 1 to 2 minutes on a random topic given by our table topic master. And today's table topic master is Toastmaster Suresh Sani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit,
Thank you.
for the stage. And for the benefit of everyone, let me explain what table topic section is and what is the timing and all. So table topic section is one of the most interesting, exhilarating section wherein we get a topic on the spot. Then the speaker has to gather the idea and kind of need to deliver a speech for 1 to 2 minutes. And that's what the catch is, that how good a speech goes, and that we expect from each one of you, and in fact in the form of storytelling. So in perspective of our club, we look forward that how good a story we can build and we can deliver. That's too short one in 1 to 2 minutes. So today's topic will be on the idioms. I will say a idiom and you have to deliver the story of 1 to 2 minutes. Got it? So we'll start from Ashish sir. Sir, are you ready?
Oh, okay, I am. Go ahead.
Okay, so for you, the topic is let's circle back. Let's circle back. Ashish sir, let's circle back.
Hi, everyone. Wish you a very good evening. I must say, when Suresh has put me in a spot by giving a topic, my first response, what was coming to my mind is let's circle back. We'll handle it some other time, not today. But hang on, I think life a lot of time does not give us that opportunity that we can circle back. And we have to handle things on the spot. And one instance that comes to my head, one very nice story that happened in my organization, and I happen to work for Nestle. And we as an organization faced almost an existential crisis when there were a lot of question marks raised on one of our product, Maggie. And I clearly remember the kind of pressure that put the entire organization into. And the leadership had to deliver on the spot. There was no way to ask the people, let's circle back. And I remember one of the press conference when I thought a better answer would be let's circle back and discuss it in a more length. Because sometimes the topics are a bit tricky and you cannot have a straightforward answer there and there. But the leadership response was very, very strong, very, very firm, very, very clear. And our leaders were able to navigate the company from that situation into the paths which you all know. The crisis is behind us. And one of the great leader, Mr. Suresh Narayanan, navigated it extremely skillfully. But I think one of my very big learning from that particular incident was we were relatively smaller in that company at that point of time. But one of my very big learning was that leadership does not allow you chance to circle back. You have to respond then and there, whatever comes to your head, and you basis your response. A lot of future course of action might get decided. And yes, life will not always have an opportunity to circle back. Back to you, Toastmaster Suresh.
So who will come next? Toastmaster Divya?
Yes, I can try.
Okay. So for topic for you is burn the midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil, Toastmaster Divya. Toastmaster Divya, burn the midnight oil.
I would like to tackle this topic in two ways. One is where you use the topic in an ancient way and what was the meaning of burning the midnight oil. It refers to the time period when lights were not there, or the aspiring students or the hardworking people used to study under the lamp. They were burning the midnight oil to achieve their dreams. Now, coming to for 50 or more years later, now we are so advanced. There is no burning of midnight oil, but there is definitely actions being taken in midnight. And along with that, there is so much of globalization happening that we have totally lost the concept of day and night. For someone, it might be a day, but for someone, it might be a night. People are working in a different country, in a different night zone. So the burning the midnight oil can be said as just doing the hard work at whatever time you wish to do it, you have to do it. And even the technology has advanced so much. There is artificial intelligence, there are softwares which can assist you. So you have to take the help from these tier, but do burn the midnight, but do it smartly enough and use the assistance from other sources as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divya. Very well explained. And I think that's gave me the whole new perspective. So it was coming to me like, I never think about the day and night, but yes, to the other direction. But yes, you brought the new thing for me. So let's move to, Mandeep. Let's welcome Mandeep. So Mandeep, the topic for you is break the ice, guess Mandeep. Shall I put it for you?
Yeah.
So break the ice. We can break the ice simply by saying a hi or a hi, excuse me. And icebreaker I have also tried sometime, and while randomly approaching a girl, but sometime I go completely blank because of the crowd, and with that there can be different icebreaker, like asking for a point of view, and and these depend upon your presence of mind and the situation to use the icebreaker, which to use at which time.
Well done. Loved it. You break the ice for the first time in a great way. So next move to the Ishita. Yeah. So let's give her a huge round of applause. Toastmaster Ishita, pull someone's leg, Toastmaster Ishita.
Thank you. All right. So when I was in school, I was a very studious, disciplined kid. And I was like the teacher's teachers loved me. And somehow, once, one of my friends said, "Did you prepare for the test?" I was like, "There is no test. I know that. No, tomorrow is maths test. How is it possible that I don't know about a test?" And then I panicked because it was 9 p.m. at night. My friend said that there is a test and you did not know, and it's algebra. Oh my God. And I am scared of algebra a lot. I studied whole night, burned the midnight oil. And then in the morning when I reached into the class, all prepared, maths class was not even there. Sir was absent. And then my friends standing beside me, laughing at me, just saying, "Yeah, we were just pulling your leg." That's what friends do. Till today, they're either your friends or sibling. That is the one relation that pulling the leg means you still have that love and connection with them. And I really cherish them. Thank you.
Toastmaster Mohit, let's welcome. Okay, Abhishek. Be careful, na? And in case you don't know the meaning, please let me know. I'll explain it for you. Toastmaster Abhishek, the topic for you is cry over spilled milk. Cry over spilled milk, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Okay. I guess it means not to bother about which has already been occurred, right? Yeah.
Moiji.
Yes. So there was one time during my college days, I in the first semester I got a back in computer science, and that demotivated me. That impacted on my mindset very much. So I always like post the result. I cried for some days. Like I was continuously thinking about the same thing over and over again. So it disturbed my mindset completely. Like I was not able to focus on my career. I was not preparing for my next paper, which was about to happen, like internal paper that was about to happen in next week. But I was continuously bothering about the same thing that has already happened. So suddenly I was chatting with my teacher. My teacher also used to like love me a lot. Like she used to guide me a lot. So she saw me. He is very worried about the paper that has already happened, but he is not focusing on the entire career that is left. So she told me one thing, the same quote on that day in a different way: not to bother about your past. What has happened. Focus what is about to come. And she, in a friendly way, she just taught me and she tried to explain me those concepts that we should not always bother about the past that has already happened. We should try to be in present and focus on what is coming next. And that completely changed my mindset of seeing everything. So whenever I struggle on something, I see on the positive things that I have already achieved, or when I want some motivation, then I try to see if is there anything that I can learn from others so that I can grow in my career. And also so that is one story that I can remember on that note. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhishek. Yeah. So let's welcome Toastmaster Mohit. And for Toastmaster Mohit, I am definitely going to give a kind of, difficult or
Easy one.
easy one. Yeah. And in case definitely that goes for you, if do not know the meaning, please ask me. Let the cat out of the bag, Toastmaster Mohit. Let the cat out of the bag, Toastmaster Mohit.
बता दो meaning.
Meaning is sharing a secret accidentally.
So last year, today is 4th October, and last year on 6th of October, 2024, I was up on stage delivering a speech at GTMC, and knowingly or unknowingly, I shared something which I shouldn't be sharing. Something that till date, I think that maybe this story shouldn't be shared with the people who are new in the Toastmasters community, who they knew me, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be sharing that story that day, but I did that. But the moment I shared that story, I saw the spark in everyone sitting in that room, every Toastmaster sitting in that room, and even the guests. Out of all those 50 members sitting in that room, they all were staring at me, and waited till the end what actually went in that movie or story that I was sharing. The story that I won't be sharing today, of course, but yeah, I saw the spark that they all were waiting for the answer. Why? Because that was a secret that I was revealing from the past life, maybe 15, 20 years back of my life, my personal life. I was sharing the secret, and that secret, that whole secret was never shared in public with anyone. That I was sharing, and they all were looking at me, what actually happened? And more importantly, what they were trying to know about, why did Mohit actually share this story today? But seeing back a year later, when I share that story, I'm glad that I was able to connect with multiple other Toastmasters. They were able to connect with me by heart. And till date, I miss that instance. Till date, I think that was a turning point in my Toastmasters journey, because I was able to connect with the people that I didn't even knew, that I haven't ever met earlier. And yes, taking out the cat from the bag was a good thing for me back then. Thank you.
And that's kind of a whole speech. Very well done. Thank you so much. Let's have one more round of table topics for everyone, because we have lots of time.
We would like to give you one Toastmaster, Suresh, before you proceed to the second round. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
So can I give you one?
Yes, please go ahead.
So while you were giving topics to other, one topic which was coming in my mind for you was being a one-man army. Being a one-man army, Toastmaster Suresh.
Thank you so much for that wonderful topic. Okay. So there was a time, and in fact, it take me to my childhood. When we were kids, we all three brothers and all our friends used to play in our kind of fields. And it was kind of such a enormous and enriching time whenever we all had that bat in our hands. The friends are all around. One is throwing ball and other is, kind of hitting the ball. And suddenly at that moment of time, we all started looking towards the road. It was my father's car that has come. And we all started running left, leaving all the bats, balls, and everything there only. And why was that happening? Because my father used to be one-man army who always focused more on studies, not on games. And if he came to know that we were playing all with our friends, it was kind of a nightmare for all of us. So I can relate to this. Yes, my father was one-man army. He always focused that we pay attention to our studies. And not only studies, he was the one-man army who made me. I remember there was a time when I could see that the financial condition of our home was not good. I said, Papa, let me take over your business. And he said, Suresh, just get out of here. You can't stay here. And he kind of scolded me so hard that I left home 4 p.m., reached Gurgaon, gave interview, take a job, and now I am here. Now I look back and really feel that one man army person has really made a difference in my life. Back to you, Toastmaster Divya.
Very well done. So I thought you will refer your examples, but it was nice to hear about your father too. Good answer.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Divya. So let's have one more round of interaction in table topic section. You can leave by 6:30 or early if you wish, right? So I think I'll invite you first. Okay, come please. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ishita. Please take the mic. And that goes for you also. If you don't know the meaning,
Sure.
you can ask. Get a cold feet. Toastmaster Ishita. Toastmaster Ishita. Get a cold feet.
Thank you. Okay. A year back, I got an opportunity to work in London. I was there for 2 years. There was this after party on the office floor itself. So they had snacks, a good spread of soft drinks. I had leaders all the way, and I myself was hired as a leader. All of them, they're from mix of different races, Indians, there were Koreans, there were Britishers. I didn't know anyone, but I was there because it was a networking hour. I got such a cold feet. If this is the spread, people are standing in groups. I went here. I was not able to get through the group. I didn't utter a word. Then I went here. I still couldn't say a word. For 10 minutes, I roamed across the room thinking or portraying that I am trying to find one. I'm waiting for a friend, or I'm waiting for someone I know. And then I disappeared. I had a cold. I could not make my first move. That was the start of my social anxiety. And then 2 years later, I took a job which involves public speaking. And that's why I'm here, to fight with my social anxiety, to fight with that cold feet when you have in the room full of strangers that you can't approach and start to talk. And thanks to Toastmaster, I am leading a great community in India right now. Thank you.
Very well done. So let me call upon Mandeep again.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Mandeep, mic.
please
Sorry.
take mic. So Mandeep, you break the ice. Now your topic is a piece of cake. A piece of cake. Yes, Mandeep. You know the meaning, right?
Yes. So piece of cake. So a thing or an exercise or whatever, to be a piece of cake, it take a lot of dedication, hard work, consistency, whether it be knowingly or unknowingly. Like speaking like sir, here is a piece of cake, but as you can see me, I'm a bit of conscious and pitch zero thing, but it will take time. That's why I am here. And to make it a piece of cake, today I'm joining as a Toastmaster also. And like in my childhood, when I learned to ride a bicycle, I used to ride 4 wheels bicycle, but while riding, its side tire got up and I myself got learned to balance with a two-wheeler. Then I switched to my sister's bigger bicycle. And while dropping her to her tuition, it became a piece of cake for me to drive a bicycle anywhere, and my mother used to send me to the market to bring groceries and all, to send stuff to her friends and all that. With that, now I've learned to ride car, and now it's a piece of cake for me to ride car. And soon it will be speaking here with confident and all what I'm missing. Thanks.
Very, very nice. Very greatly explained. I think it will be piece of cake, and I can see it is really a piece of cake for you speaking here. Yeah. Abhishek, Toastmaster Abhishek, please be careful. There are cables. So Abhishek, let me think a topic for you. Okay. Yeah. Toastmaster Abhishek, throw question to the wind. Toastmaster Abhishek, throw question to the wind.
What does this
The meaning of this is keeping, risk at the side. All the risk at the side. Yeah.
So what I feel is everything what we do in our career, there is some risk associated with it, definitely. So while I was in 12th, while I was preparing for 12th JEE mains exam, I said to my father that I will not be able to make it. I don't want to do engineering. Let me prepare for government papers. It will take some time, but there, I guess there, for me at that time, I felt there is higher chance of success as compared to going into the engineering field. My father didn't listen to me at that time. He, as per his analysis, he told engineering is the best thing that you can do. And I went into this career. And I took admission to electronics and communication engineering. I wanted to go for CSC, but I took I guess I am going off track, but I will try to go. So I took into electronics and communication engineering. At that time, I wanted to go into CS. My father wanted me to become an electronics domain engineer and work in some semiconductor or some sort of companies. At that time, I got job into OnePlus as a semiconductor engineer. I was a process engineer at that time. But I left everything at that time and left the job, and I started preparing for CS IT related jobs. Struggled for 4-6 months. I guess I was I had to study all the course of CSC and then prepare for interview. Then I should be able to qualify for the exam. So took that strong step at that time, and after preparing for 2-3 months, I finally got opportunity, and later I progressed in my career, and now they feel it was my good decision that I switched into IT field. So yeah, that's it.
Very well done. Toastmaster Divya, would you like to give a try?
Yes, I can.
Great. So your topic is the best of both the words. Toastmaster Divya, best of both the words. And if meaning is issue, I can explain it for you.
Okay, I would like to interpret it in my way. Being a millennial, I am having the best of the both world. I am still connected to the ancient roots which my parents have taught me. Along with this, I am exploring the ideas of the new generations by talking to them and by connecting with them. And also, I am interacting with my son every day and learning a lot from him. So being born in 90s, getting to see the 2000, having the best of both the worlds. So we do practice yoga, we do practice Ayurveda. Along with that, we are efficient in using internet, laptop, and we are also witnessing the booming of artificial intelligence, the meta glasses. So literally being a millennial, we are enjoying the best of both the worlds. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's beyond expectation. Wow, very well done. Toastmaster Mohit. And topic for you is I forgot.
That's good. That's good.
So, so, so the topic for you is coast an arm and a leg. Coast an arm, a leg, Toastmaster Mohit. Coast an arm and a leg. Meaning is very expensive.
Cost an arm and leg. Imagine buying a property in the year 1990s. Was it expensive?
Yes, it was.
For them, it was. Really? Seeing the inflation rates and the property prices in the last few years, we can definitely say that buying the property in the year 1990s, in the decades of 1990, was easy comparatively today. Imagine starting your public speaking journey in the year 2010. Was it easy? Yes, it was easy, but did we do? No, we didn't follow that, right? Similarly, in the year 2020, what I thought was I'll one day start my YouTube channel. But I had no experience in speaking in front of a camera. I had no experience in public speaking or speaking anything. In the year 2021, I again thought of starting YouTube channel. Why? Because I was traveling a lot and I thought maybe I will start making vlogs. That's an easy thing. Just take out your mobile and start speaking something, random things. But just after taking out my mobile, I had no words to speak. So again, it was gone. In the year 2023, I again thought that I'll start my YouTube channel. Why? Because I was following a particular routine that helped me get in shape. I followed the few routines, reading books, learning few things, meeting new people. But again, when I tried, I had no proper equipment. I had no studio. I didn't have anything. So what happened? I again left that idea. But 2 weeks back, on a Saturday evening, in the same hall, I thought it's enough. I have already wasted so much of my time, so much of my effort, so much of my thoughts and energy. It has costed me my arms and legs that not starting a YouTube channel back in 2020 or 22, 23. But enough is enough. And on Saturday evening, the same place, same hall, I talked to Mr. Suresh Saini and said, Sureshji, let's meet tomorrow and record a podcast. And that was the day on 20th of September 2025, I recorded my first ever podcast, edited it the very same day, uploaded and scheduled for the next Friday, last Friday, and it got published. And not only that, in the next 1 week, I recorded 5 more episodes of that podcast, which will be live in the next 1 month. Just imagine what if I were started in the year 2020 or 21 or 23 or 24, when I have decided and thought of doing it. But every time, due to lack of confidence, due to lack of public speakings or anything to speak, the setups, I have missed it. But not anymore. It won't be costing me my legs and arms now because I have already done it. Thank you, and over to Toastmasters.
Thank you for the first podcast opportunity. This was also my first, and I was really appreciated, kind of, privileged and kind of felt gratitude for you. And yeah, thank you so much. Let's have one more round. No?
I think it's
Would like to feel heat, or let's go to the evaluation section. So our speaker will get the evaluation, and everyone, then we can, kind of. After that, we can, if
because
we,
networking is also part of Toastmasters, that would be a better thing.
yes. So let me, okay, so I am the evaluator only. So let me call the evaluation, come to the evaluation section and call our first evaluator for our only speaker, Toastmaster Ishita. Let's welcome Toastmaster Divya for her speech evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Divya.
Hi, why not we taking evaluation from everyone?
Yeah, we will be taking, but I think first we'll take your evaluation.
I think let's
You
do
had said
everyone.
everything.
Yeah, let everyone give their evaluation, then I will add my bits to it.
Absolutely, that will also work. So, would you like to come here and then deliver your evaluations? And what would you like? Evaluation of Toastmaster Ishita, because we established in the beginning that we will be taking evaluation from everyone. So let me start from my evaluation, then maybe all of you can, kind of start giving your evaluation. So I think let's start with some of the great thing which I loved about Toastmaster Ishita's speech, that it was an excellent plot. The speech was very well crafted and it was in the form of visual painting. So I could, go into those paintings and kind of go into that real picture that what is happening here, and that was kind of going live. So that's one thing which I loved it completely. The second thing which I completely loved was that the fluency with which the speaker spoke on the stage. I also kind of noticed that there was exceptional use of stage back and forward movement that completely, kind of loved me, and the hand gestures and the other gesture which you demonstrated were exceptionally well. I have only one recommendation for you. When I say you have delivered strong speech, you had great story. Only thing which I felt was lacking a little bit higher pitch. Maybe the volume can be a little higher, and maybe little emphasis whenever you are making some impactful points. So these are the recommendation from my end. Maybe Toastmaster Mohit, you can come and share your evaluation.
So as I was the teamot also, Toastmaster of the days, and my theme was storytelling. So I was listening your speech wonderfully, but only in terms of the 5 elements that were or should be there in any speech. And I've already shared my evaluation in this part of my speech in my session only, that you covered all those 5 elements. You had the character, there was a plot, there was situation, there was conflict, and the resolution. This everything was there. The only thing, the recommendation part from my side would be, there were too many stories of Belgium, of Brazil, of India, and then Hong Kong. There were 4 stories. Usually, what a good story something should be, if you take 1 or 2 stories and go deep into that story, what all actually happened, then that would have more impact to the audience. They will remember more. But because I was listening with the point of view of understanding the stories, the elements in that, I know what all were there, what all elements were there, and how was this, and you have beautifully used it. It was wonderfully used in your speech, how you took the story from the Belgium part, then taking on to the Brazil part, then India context, Indian context, and you also brought the future part of AI. From the past to current to future, you included each and everything into it. The only thing that is one thing you can improve upon is reducing the number of instances in your story. That's it. Thank you.
Toastmaster Abhishek.
Yeah, so it was a good story, like story from start to end felt engaging. We were completely hooked up to the story, and I was completely like lost and trying to see where I was trying to visualize myself into the story. So when you said about the first story and also the last one where an Indian person was robbed for 7, even I took notes to ask to the audience what was the amount stolen from the person's bank account. If anyone can answer, if anyone has 7 crore, yeah, that's correct one. So it was great storytelling, great usage of hand gesture. Only thing, one recommendation that I feel from my side can be improved is, like, you are only going front and back. You should have also utilized some part of this stage, or maybe here So something sort of that can be added as per me, what I feel. Other than that, everything was so good. I really liked the story and also the delivery. And as Suresh also said, some kind of voice variation can also be added that would add more value, like more impact to the audience and everything. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Toastmaster Divya, over to you. Now it's your turn.
Okay, thank you everyone for giving evaluation for Toastmaster Ishita. So Toastmaster Ishita, is it going a overdose of evaluation or are you ready to receive more? Okay,
She's ready to listen more.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Toastmaster Ishita, for giving me opportunity to evaluate your speech. A very suspenseful topic you have opted, and your stage presence was very comfortable, I could say. You literally on the stage, and throughout the speech, it was like a flawless delivery. So there was no like arms and other poses were there, and I was hooked to your speech till the end. And your stage presence is amazing. However, there are certain areas in which, if you work further, it will be at extra level and like a 100% absolutely polished speaker, like abilities will be there in you. So, agree to the feedback given by each of us, Toastmaster Suresh, Mohit, and Abhishek. So, picking from their feedback and also bits of my feedback over there. So you took your time to get comfortable with the stage. I could notice that. Like initially, you were just standing at one point and delivering from there. After 2 or 3 minutes, you started using the stage a little bit more. So just one point, get comfortable with the stage the moment you get on it and start using it more. And your topic was very suspenseful. You could have connected with the audience more. And I'm sure like few of the people have seen Money Heist and have some reference to it. So you could have connected with audience more, maybe have asked question to them, got their feedback, put a quiz in the end. So some bit of more. You open your speech with a question that was interesting, but little bit more of audience connect by your verbal cues, just by yes or no. I was looking to that as well. And content wise, it started as the biggest robbery of the history, then moved to ONGC, and the message was a personal, like how we have to stay vigilant and to avoid a personal scams or personal protected. However, I was looking for maybe more example of a personal scam and how we can be protective. So content-wise, over there, a fine tuning is required, and I'm also using a reference of a speech contest. So over there, there is one rule, like you can use your speech from a third party content around 20%. I felt like your speech has a more reference to in that area. So if you are practicing a storytelling, it's absolutely fine. But just to make it as your speech, your story, you could have added like, oh, this was happening. I was in tune to it. I was feeling like that. This. So something over there. Overall, brilliant. So if you are looking as a feedback point, if you are planning to deliver the same speech, try to have some hook steps, engage audience, and try to use the stage more wisely. Like along with the to and fro movement, try to do the sideways movement as well. So I will look forward to your next speech, and I hope you are able to incorporate this feedback and deliver more polished speech in the next project. Thank you, Ishita.
Thank you so much for that candid feedback, Toastmaster Divya. We really appreciate it. And I think our speaker would also love it. Yeah. So now let's move to some other feedbacks for us, every one of us. Start with our T mode. Timer we will go. Let's have the feedback. So we'll start with the Toastmaster Divya only. Toastmaster Divya, would you love to share feedback for our T mode for today?
Yes.
Please
So
go ahead.
I will use a personal example. So I was on a 4 hours of road trip, and it was going very boring. I was sleepy, but the moment I tuned on to this meeting, I was like, it's gonna be interesting now. And getting Toastmaster Mohit on stage as a tea mode is wonderful. So there is definitely, along with his tea mode session, there is some learning for sure. I do remember law of attraction done by him previously, and I have used that in my some of the reference. So now the 5 elements of storytelling, I will definitely going to use it. It was very interesting and thoughtful session. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for doing it.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Ishita, would you love to share the feedback?
First of all, kudos on the topic of the day. Storytelling is something that everybody as a speaker has to learn. So when you started adding that there are 5 components, it kind of helped us to understand, okay, how we can write our speeches better. If we remember all those components, we can structure it pretty good. That was amazing. And then the examples that you use to connect with the audience, like the movies and it, so that everyone can participate, that was really good. and the best part was that generally I've seen tea mode topics are more philosophical or into emotions and this that, but yours was very practical that I can start using from tomorrow. So I love that. Thank you for sharing it.
Toastmaster Abhishek, it goes without saying to you.
Yeah, so it was a great topic, as Ishita said, and I think you came in prompt, like you were not prepared for that. You just decided to just. I am not sure. Maybe you have spoken about that previously, but it was great topic. Your stage presence was very good. Like you were like fully using the stage, and you are coming this side and that side. Like it was great. Stage uses, no filler words. That also I wanted to learn. I want to learn a lot of things, but this are the something that I will definitely try to learn from you as soon as possible. No filler words used, and also the speeches, the tone were very good. Like whenever there is required for higher pitch, then you would switch to that, and also like try to use the pitch variation throughout the speech. So that was also very good. And if I had to give one feedback, then I guess some hand gesture can be used in a like more better way. Although there were good uses of hand gesture, but it can be added more so that your story becomes like your storytelling becomes a good, like delivery becomes good. So that is only one feedback. Other than that, I would like to learn a lot of things from you that I will try to definitely get in touch with you.
Do you want to share some feedback for Mohit? No? So now it's come my turn. Feedback for me, please. I loved your speech always. Don't see like that.
Feedback from you.
Okay.
Feedback means something to improve.
Yeah, we will share offline. If there will be, I think at this point of time, there is nothing. Whenever I see something, I, kind of call you and give that feedback at this spot. But for Yadi, if you are looking for this meeting also, what I loved is the way you deliver the topic, the way every time you come up with the story, which actually kind of resonate, and we all have something to take with us. And as Ishita mentioned that, kind of we can implement and kind of use that learning at the same time, starting from the time you tell and then you start learning. So this is one of the best thing you kind of deliver every time. What I loved most is that we even don't know every time that what you are going to deliver, and you deliver so fantastically. This is some of the skill which I would love to learn from you, that how are you so great in delivering impromptu a 15-20 minute speech without preparation also, or kind of note preparation, it will not be right to say that without preparation, but how you are able to recall and remember or memorize the content which you have learned one time to deliver in the same fashion at the later part of time or meeting. So that is something we look forward to learn from you. So now share feedback for me, starting from Toastmaster Ishita. Please hand over our mic.
Sorry, I think.
The logo part will be outside.
Huh? Yeah. I think, yeah. I think one man army was you today because you played all the roles. Like you wore so many hats, and you kind of have done justice to all of them. But my favorite was table topics. How could you remember so many idioms? Like you had not written it, you didn't have phone in your hands, but you remembered so many of them. That is commendable. And I also like the way you were kind of evaluating every step. You were motivating people when they were speaking, like you were even at the table topics. So great job from evaluation to being presiding officer and my favorite table topics. Thank you for that.
Feedback, same thing, like I would like to add, do +1 to all the things that Ishita has said. You use stage in a very good way. And also the thing that you said to Mohit, how do you remember all the things? But I felt you remembered all that 12, 13 idioms and like also the meanings, and you were able to give it without looking at the phone. So that was also great. I'm not able to think of any feedback of improvement, but definitely if I remember, then I will definitely come message you or let you know. Thank you so much.
So when I was coming to the meeting, I had a few topics in my mind, which topic I should be preparing. One was storytelling, and another one was timer, Toastmaster timer. And the third topic which I had in my mind was to speak on Toastmasters wears a multiple hat. And you already mentioned about Toastmaster Suresh. That's good that I haven't taken that topic today. Toastmasters wears a multiple hat, because everyone has seen Toastmaster Suresh today. He was wearing multiple hats, and this is actually what Toastmasters is: being a general evaluator, presiding officer, table topic master, then now taking the meeting of evaluation from everyone. So I don't think there is anything which I can add to it, which you haven't done good. You have been a great a Toastmaster for today. In fact, multiple other meetings that I have witnessed, and I'm sure the audience members sitting here have also seen this stuff.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Mandeep, would you like to add something? Something to improve? Thank you so much. I think I was looking for that only. And thank you for making my day. Let's move to Toastmaster Divya. Toastmaster Divya, your feedback for me.
It was amazing. I will be a little bit harsh. So you have seen so many of the positive comments. Can I please?
So you give me some constructive feedback.
Yes,
People
definitely. Definitely. See how you bring positivity to the word. So it's amazing. And I'm the one who has seen your journey. So seeing you delivering from notes to coming up on the stage, being absolutely notes free is amazing. So just one feedback, like you are already doing amazing. Try to have some vocal variety in your speaking part, or maybe take pauses. And one more feedback, I have seen you the one person who takes feedback very seriously and who even learns from each meeting. I remember you using words of the day. Even today you used the word exhilarating something for the table topic, right?
Yes.
So the feedbacks are most important. Just try to have some vocal variety. That's it. Otherwise, you are doing amazing. No one does better than, like, no one can do multitasking as better than you. Trust me.
Thank you so much. I think that's so rhapsodic moment for me, man. You
Now
say.
record this video and share with the CEO that was taking the interview.
Definitely, I'll do that. Thank you so much, everyone. So, what we do now? Some recognitions?
The timer first. And
Okay, then recognitions. Okay. Let's call Toastmaster Abhishek. Be careful. There are wires. Take mic.
Yeah, so I can give my report for everyone who have participated in today's speech. So starting with Ishita, sorry for bad pronunciation. So she took exactly 7 minutes. It was 6 minutes 59 seconds. That was like exact. I thought she was waiting for my red signal and she wrap it up. So she was on time. Mohit took like I need to sum up. So every time he took 5 minutes on his TMOD role. Suresh took 33 minutes for table topic session. And if I go, everyone on time for whoever is speaking for table topics, everyone was within time limit, which was for 2 minutes. Some of them were even like 1.3, 1 minute 30 seconds. So most of them are within 1.30 seconds. Ishita has also completed in 1 minute 30 seconds. Only Mohit went a little extra by 1 minute, something like 3 minutes 40 seconds, something sort of that for both the table topics. Other than that, everyone was on time. Nothing much to add.
I think that was required. You can carry. Yeah, that was required in terms of exceeding, out of time. So that we are looking for today's meeting. And I think everyone has done a fantastic job in terms of participating, coming onto the stage, delivering their talk. And I think let's clap for each one of us. Special mention of Toastmaster Divya while driving, traveling along, and she is in the meeting. That's really kind of, inspiration for all of us, and the kind of seriousness that bring towards the Toastmaster and their growth journey. So very well done, Toastmaster Divya. So we have more time. You don't want to? No? So, okay. So let's have one more round for table topic section, and then we will have some networking events. And for Ishita, so let me also mention some of the good players for this meeting. So our best speaker for today goes to Toastmaster Ishita. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Best tag team role goes to Toastmaster Abhishek. And the best role player goes to Timod, Toastmaster of the day. And evaluation section, best evaluator is Toastmaster Divya. So let's give her a huge round of applause. And Toastmaster of the meeting goes to Toastmaster Mandeep, who break the ice and making it a piece of cake for himself. So well done, Mandeep. So now let's have one more round of table topic section, just one topic quickly. So who will come first? Toastmaster Abhishek. Chal. Your topic is burn breezes, Toastmaster Abhishek. Burn breezes, Toastmaster Abhishek.
What does that exactly mean?
Burn breezes means breaking the relation with someone, breaking the ties between the people, and yeah.
Okay. So on that, I would like to share my personal story. So I don't know if in all the boys does that or not, but personally me, I don't have much connect with my father. Like we used to fear from him through since the childhood, we used to only share study related things to him. So that is one thing that I have always thought of, breaking that barrier or burn that bridge that we have between our relationship, which is father's and son's relationship. And still I am trying to do that. I always try to burn that bridge and try to be a child who connects well with his father. So I am on that note, still not done, but will try to burn that bridge as soon as possible.
Very well done. I think that's a whole new perspective. Giving a negative topic into turning into positive is very well done. Yeah, you can go if you want to spend just one last topic. Cab has come. So, okay. So thank you so much for joining us, Toastmaster Ishita. We really loved your presence and we would love to have you more often here.
Yes.
Come, Mandeep. So Mandeep, your topic is on the same page. On the same page, Mandeep. You know the meaning of on the same page?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
So, being on the same page to work with someone, to be in a team, or for asking my father money for the Toastmaster, I have to make him on the same page. First, I told him this is Toastmaster and this is the activities we do in this. And I will learn speaking. So he said in a funny way, you speak, me and your mother are listening, and we will tell you where you are wrong, where you are right. Then, as he's my father, so I know how to deal with him. So I have to sell him on a weekly basis that I have to join. So yesterday also I told him. Then I told him the complete story. Then I said, to make him on the same page, I said, he was denying. So I said, you have to trust me on this. Then I looked at him, he looked at me, and we both started laughing. And today I said, it's the day I have to go. So yeah, he sent me the money. And whether working on the same team in an SIH in my college, we have all team members have to be on same page, to decide our roles and to divide the work for each member. And in every relation, every thing we have to be on the same page. Otherwise, there will be clashes. We won't be able to move together, work together.
You will come or Toastmaster Divya will come? Toastmaster Divya, are you ready for new topic?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So Toastmaster Divya, your topic is a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise, Toastmaster Divya.
Can I give a very personal example to this one? Being a part of Gurugram, Dronacharya, or being a part of Toastmaster is a blessing. When I joined this club, the club was very small. There were like 5, 6 members, and I remember I was playing the role of team mode even before I delivered my first speech. So the kind of exposure I have received from this club is tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. And I'm extremely thankful to that. If I was part of any other club, I would not have gotten that much amount of exposure. And I'm very lucky to have you and Toastmaster Mohit. So whatever ideas or whatever initiative I ask you that our club can do, and you mostly say yes to it. I have never heard a no to anything. So it's a big, big blessing in disguise. And there was a little dull moment when we were about to renew our membership, and I was very skeptical about what will happen in the September, but very happy that we are continuing with our club, and let's aim for a bigger growth for this time. Thank you.
Wow, that's a whole new perspective again. I think that's very well done. That's kind of speech we need more often. So thank you so much for bringing that. Let's invite Toastmaster Mohit, and let me recall a phrase till then. Okay. Okay. So Toastmaster Mohit, your topic is back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board, Toastmaster Mohit. The meaning is,
You tell.
start from the scratch again.
Start from the scratch, back to the board. Recently, I shared that I've started a podcast named Banjara Musafir. What is the meaning of Banjara Musafir? Banjara. Banjaras are usually known as the nomads who travel from one place to another, who moves from one place to another in search of food, shelter, or work, anything. These were known as the Banjaras, or usually known as a community. But actually, what the meaning of Banjara is, someone who is in search of some or the other thing. And just like these nomads, these Banjaras, they start everything from scratch. How? They find new places, they find new people to work with, they find new projects to work upon. And similarly, that Banjara Musafir in me, that Banjara in me, has been part of this journey for almost 20 years now. The last 20 years, I have followed this journey multiple times, moving from one place to another in search of some better things, better opportunities, better people, and networking or learning more skills. And I have followed this journey for the last 15, 20 years. And talking about that Musafir part, travel part, usually what Musafir, people connect Musafir with traveling. But what the actual meaning of Musafir or traveling is to explore new places. You might have heard this reel or some movie scene where a girl was using a map to find a place where she was traveling, and roaming around with some other guy, and he said, "You are not a tourist, you are a traveler." I'm sure you must have heard this thing. What is the difference between a tourist and a traveler? The main difference is traveler is there to explore things. Tourist is just to time pass there, see a few places and then go back. Whereas the traveler is there to explore. Similarly, the Banjara Musafir says, finding new places, meeting new people, starting everything from scratch and exploring the whole thing beautifully, wonderfully, and the way they can do it perfectly. So yes, sorry, what was the line?
Back to the drawing
Back
board.
to the drawing board. So, and yes, whenever you start with something new, you always go back to that drawing board, starting from scratch, what you will be planning. And wherever I am, if you can see, open my laptop, if you can visit my office or my home or my room, you will always see that this whiteboard, which is written with the to-do list, the tasks that I had to do, the things that I'll have to perform in starting this journey from scratch, including the Banjara Musafir podcast. So thank you for the topic. Thank you.
I think with that, we are at the end of this meeting, and we would love to conclude this meeting. Before concluding, let's invite our guest, Mandeep, to share his feedback, how it was his experience about the meeting, and what we can improve. Over to you, to guest Mandeep. Come.
So my experience was very good, as I'm here the third time. So yeah, I'm getting used to a comfortable here. And at the first round of table topic, I was a bit of hesitant. But at the second and third round, I was eager and to come here and speak. And while he was saying for the third round, most were denying, I was agreeing. and for improvement.
What we can improve in this meeting? Anything you have to share? Any thoughts, any idea you want to give us?
No, not at the point, but maybe in the future.
Sure. Thank you, Mandeep. Thank you for coming on to the space. You can. So thank you so much, everyone. We really enjoyed this meeting, and we would love to conduct and have this kind of more meeting with more number of members. I see that we are low in number today, but still the energy was quite high. We really could conduct this meeting very well. So thank you so much. Now I invite each one of you for the group photo, and then we close the meeting. Toastmaster Divya, please open up your camera. Yes, thank you. I'll see. This was... Hi, Nivan. How are you?
They are, can you say it again, Toastmaster Suresh?
Hello, Nivan. How are you?
You want to say anything?
Hello.
Tomorrow we will bring a speech.
Yes.
So
tomorrow
from
is...
his club, I have kind of learned it is not the best speaker, it's a better speaker. So Toastmaster Mohit will tell us more why they do that.
Hello.
Okay, so let's... Okay, Mohit, Mandeep, come forward, Lil. Yeah, okay, I will stand here. Okay. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait for the flash to come and cheese. Let me check once again. Yes, it's good. Let's have one more. Okay. So, yeah. 9.
Yes, I know. I think I
Iman, you can also join us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
This is also a topic for
Yeah.
Sunday. Because I still remember 2 years back who I was.
Mhm.
You are raising your hand and you second time. You are coming for the second time. You are raising your hand to come up on stage. I delivered my eyes safely each after almost 2 months of going to the after. Came up on stage, what is the topic for any you will after almost 1 month. And